Okay, the next stitch you're going to learn is called a whip stitch, and there's two ways to do this. One is to go around the edge, and another is to have another piece of fabric and go around that. So I'm going to show you the one that goes over the edge first. So again, thread your needle, have a little tail, have a knot at the other end, and in order to start from the back side. Pull through till you get to the knot. Always be careful when you pull through that you don't pull this too hard and then your tail comes out. So now you're going to go, you pulled all the way through, you're going to go around the outside. And again, you're basically just making a loop that's going around and around the outside. Just like in the running stitch, you want to make sure that your stitch length is even. So the amount of space in between each stitch is about the same, otherwise it's not going to look as nice. And then just keep doing that all the way down. It's a little trickier on how to do this one on the back side. So you could just put a knot here, and then you have a knot on the front. Or you can flip it over, bring your needle through, catch a teeny tiny bit of the fabric, and then tie a knot on that back side. You don't have to worry about too much if you run the full length of the fabric, but if you stop in the middle, change colors or something, you might want to have that knot on the back side. So once you're all done with that knot, cut off the excess, and you're done with the whip stitch at the side. Part 2 of whip stitch. We're going to learn how to take another piece of fabric, put it on top, and then create that whip stitch that goes around the edge. So over here, I have a little piece of fabric, and I'm going to use some pins. Pins look a lot like a sewing needle, but it's actually like a teeny tiny nail. So that's going to hold it in place while I'm working. So I'm going to hold the fabric, and it's just like making a running stitch, so push in and out like that, and that's just to hold it in place temporarily. Okay, so you should have your needle threaded, you have your tail, you have a knot at the other end. Okay, we're going to pick this up, and what we're going to do is poke through the back side, okay, until you get this into the right place, and pull all the way through, and go to the outside. So the first stitch went up through the background and the shape, and the second stitch goes out to only the background. Okay, so I'm on the back, so I'm going to continue from the back, push from the back up through the front, pull all the way through, and out to the outside. And again, grab from the back side. What you want to avoid is going all the way around the outside of the fabric and going in. Okay, so if your fabric ends on the back, that's where you have to start from next. So let's do a couple more stitches. So poke from the back. If that's not the right spot, maybe that's too far in, scoot it back out, pull all the way through, go to the outside, and I'll do one more so you can lay it flat to take a look at it. Okay, and let's pretend that we finished and we went all the way around. In order to finish that, we're going to flip it over. This is what it looks like on the back side. And we're going to do that knot again. So you make that giant circle, bring your needle through that circle, kind of hold on to the circle, then put my finger on the knot and pull through. You can cut off your excess. And you have the start of the whip stitch. Once the stitch is all done, you can take this pin out. You don't need that pin anymore.